Call the meeting of the Berlin Council on Aging to order Tuesday, August 26th. It is 4:10 p.m., according to the 4:08 p.m. to be precise. Those in attendance, Linda Robinson.
Here.
Kate Bliss.
Here.
Lori Fairbay.
Here.
John Barrett.
Here.
Karen Schultz by... She's not logged in yet? Okay, and Bob Blair here. First item of business is to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
Vote to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Do we hear a second?
Approve, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Good. Second one is director's report.
Excuse me.
Donations this month for mainly our exercise classes. We haven't run any grab and goes or anything. Most recently we have $112. We did have a couple days where classes were not held due to the instructors' schedules. So it's a little bit lower than normal, but that's because we did have some cancellations from them. Our expenses this month are higher than normal. We are looking at
It's all the gas money from the van.
$500. That does include a Mass Council on Aging conference that Kristen has approved that I can attend in October. It is also the Mass Council on Aging annual membership fees. Kate, I can send this to you so you have the numbers.
Yes, that would be great.
We did have new equipment for a brand new class, Strength and Balance. We did order new tables, and then we are now hosting more events. So in general, we have musical guests to pay for. Anything we hold at 19 Carter, we have to pay for the space as well. So just more things happening are just costing more money.
Are these
all good.
going to be these continual costs? These are not one-time costs. This is
The equipment will be one time. Membership will be in July, next year, August. Conference maybe, depending next year what the classes are.
their annual.
Strength.
Yeah,
Right,
some of those are. Tables we probably won't need
Okay.
for a while, so yeah,
Could
it's
you
higher for
describe
that.
the tables?
They were just the white ones that we had talked about in a previous 6-foot plastic table that folds in
Fold.
half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were, I was gonna get 4, and at a previous meeting, Lori suggested getting 6.
Are they
So we have
light?
6.
Easy.
Yes,
Maybe I
yes.
should look at them. No.
Much lighter than what we have downstairs. So then we have some upcoming events. We're doing a trip on September 9th. We are running a trip. It's $5 to attend to say it again.
DeCordova.
DeCordova. I can't say that correctly. DeCordova in Lincoln. We will hopefully be running the van. So we do have it posted out. Right now it is being advertised everywhere that we can. I just have to get it to Jan for the item and see if that gets anything more. I haven't had anybody yet sign up, but for $5 and it gets them our first trip. I have a chocolate tasting September 10th. That will also be $5 per person. That is limited to 15 people. So if people want to attend, they should register sooner rather than later.
Did you bring any to this meeting so we can make sure it's
I did not yet, no.
healthy for
Quality
people
control.
to consume? Okay. We'll have to
Then we
take the
have
chances.
That's breakfast on the
director are
11th.
you?
I know. That's breakfast on the 11th. That's downstairs in room 118 at 9 a.m. And then the 13th, we are doing a What's New with the COA. So I will be going to 19 Carter at 1 o'clock. That is, I believe we don't have to pay for that space because they're hosting it for us to do it. So I will confirm with Evie and make sure. But
What date is that again?
the 13th, it's a Saturday, and it's from 1 to 2-ish. Last time it was pretty well attended. There were like 20-something people, and I was there for like an hour and a half. Just to catch people up if they don't see it on here, if they're not getting, our emails or the marketing. Just another avenue to try to get people to
Yeah.
understand what's going on.
You should bring along some of the chocolate, probably. That
Yep,
would prime the pump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. I will probably also park the van outside of that meeting, just so people know. Hopefully by then I'm kind of running into the next item, but we'll have an answer on a driver and a hard date that we can start. So,
Can we put out handouts of the van policies for people there?
yeah, we just have to approve them today, and then we have to put them to the select board as well. So, yeah, so we'll do the policies, probably rider forms as well. The 24th of September, there is a book swap that is happening downstairs in room 118. Any leftover books, Victoria from the library is going to take a look and see if we have anything that she needs to kind of replenish or that they're missing, that, so they don't have to order books that are kind of popular. If not,
What's the
we
date
may
of that?
keep some.
14th.
Yeah,
24th.
24th.
Yeah. So book swap, what does that mean exactly, book swap?
So it's just books that you read that
Yeah.
instead of keeping them, trade them with another resident or
okay.
a neighbor, or
Alright.
just kind of coming together.
Alright.
So you're not buying. Books are expensive,
Yeah.
and sometimes copies aren't always available,
Well,
especially in a smaller location
Kindle's
like
more
Berlin.
popular now.
Yeah, I mean, I just started doing audiobooks, and
Yeah,
so
it's-
it is becoming
yeah.
more. But yeah, it's just kind of helping people tidy up their areas, and so they don't have books just sitting around if they're not reading them, but your friends are looking for books. Then you might have some, or it might give them an idea
I can move things
of
out
something
my
else
house,
to start
There you
reading.
go.
Yeah. Sure.
Do we have any library space possibility in our room downstairs?
Yeah, yep. So if Victoria doesn't have a need for them, then we will keep some here on a shelf. Not all of them, and I don't want books from everybody because no, we don't have a ton of space downstairs. But this is the way we're going to start kind of collecting them. If we do eventually get a book club going, that would be another way that we would, kind of get books. Some book clubs don't read the same book, and they just discuss books that they've read that month. And some of them read the same book. So that could be another way to get things there. And then October, believe it or not, the 2nd, we have a company coming in, Pop-Up Arts. They're going to teach a class for felting pumpkins. So it's just a needle and felt and
very
make
fun.
a pumpkin.
Make it-
So that's going to be $10 per person. That is a little pricier, and I don't want to use too much on covering funds for programs and stuff, but we'll see how it goes. There might be people that are cheaper out there. I don't know. This was the first one that I found that kind of fit into our schedule of when we were kind of looking to do things.
What do they do again? I'm sorry.
So it's like it's like crocheting,
craft.
but it's a craft. So
Yeah.
it's a needle and then felt, and then you make a pumpkin. They have all kinds of
That's
different
the piece-
things.
That's the first part I got. It's a pumpkin. That's
Yeah. So it's a fall
it's really
project.
like you just use this. It's almost like have you felt it? It's like it's almost like a ball of wool almost.
Oh,
And
okay,
you
okay.
take a needle and you literally just keep poking, and you can make a shape or you can make a
Ah.
pumpkin.
Yeah, they have all different ones, but that was.
Yeah.
She said that the pumpkin one was the
That can be
most
very
popular.
therapeutic, huh?
It's very therapeutic.
We'll try it. We'll see.
It's very relaxing.
And then
We're
we
down to
have
regressions.
October 9th is Vet's Breakfast again. October 14th, I am looking at doing a cookie exchange. I know it's early for the holidays, but my thought is it is National Cookie Month, October. And so I thought if we do a cookie exchange on the 14th and I collect all the recipes, then closer to holiday season we could have another one and people could try new recipes that they've not made and bring those in.
Nice.
So if I always make chocolate chip cookies, maybe I'll try making something else and then bring them in. So that's the
So
first of two that I'm
We
going to
don't
try.
have to make them. We could just bring them, right?
No.
Maybe
They're
it's
supposed to be
No,
homemade.
my wife.
Your
my
wife can make
my
some,
wife.
yeah.
Okay, just checking.
You just
checking.
can't buy Oreos.
You can't just buy them. Yeah. October 20th, there will be a presentation from Integrity Medicare. They are our insurance gurus. Open enrollment starts for insurance on October 7th. So that's really, people want to check their benefits and their insurance each year to make sure that things haven't changed too drastically. Maybe your doctor's no longer providing, or you're on different medications. So that is the open time for seniors to make any changes. So he will do a presentation, and then he will also have hours on October 27th for the one-on-one appointments
I
if
wonder if
people
that's the
need
same
it.
person who did a presentation for the Neshoba Neighbors in Bolton at
Yes,
the library.
it is.
He was excellent, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I've known them, I've worked with them for 5 years now, so they're a good group.
So do they provide guidance to Medicare, Medicaid, or is this something different?
Medicare, Medicaid, and all of the other like supplemental
wow,
advantage
wow.
plans, and they just help you figure out what's best for
Oh,
you.
great.
Because you might talk to Bob, and Bob says, "Oh, I have a great plan,"
Yeah.
but that's not going to work for you, as
I
it's
would
not going
never
to work for
trust
Linda
Bob, so
or
that's, you know.
or
Yeah,
Lori.
don't listen to him.
So everybody's got a little bit different of things that they're looking for that they need.
What's
So.
that on
Huh,
the
that's
20th?
great.
I don't have a time from him yet.
Okay.
I'm waiting for his schedule because it's an off Monday, so he should be here the 13th, but the 13th is actually a holiday. So he said the 20th he would do the presentation, the 27th he will do his normal hours, so I just need to see. It might be we've tried a lunch and learn when I first got here that didn't really, that nobody signed up for it, but now that we've had more time to kind of market, and people have experience with him, it might be a bigger turnout, so we might do pizza, which they would
Is he going to
provide.
discuss the possibility of fewer benefits from Medicare and Medicaid?
Yes, he will.
You will,
That's good.
okay, good,
hmm
good.
Where to find the
Yep.
things that are lost?
Yeah, yeah.
Huh,
And then in November, I have a few things. There's, at Northbrook Village, we're doing a charcuterie board making class. Just some holiday stuff that people might want to do. Yeah, we're being fancy. And then there's best
Seniors
breakfast.
can be fancy.
This is
Best
how my
breakfast on
element-
the 13th.
The name's fancy. I'd want a definition before I start.
It's meat, cheese, and some extra stuff on a board.
All right.
It's the basics.
Grapes.
Some jams, grapes,
You-
some chocolate,
John won't be
maybe.
making one.
Chocolate.
And then I might do a holiday meal as well, depending upon where we are financially, budget wise. And we're trying to host more where the people are. So we do market it everywhere. But we will probably host it. We don't have a kitchen here anyway, so I can't really do those things here too much on a bigger scale. So it may possibly end up at Northbrook 2 or 1. Typically, those are our people that aren't going and traveling anywhere for Thanksgiving and holidays. So we want to make sure that they have some sort of family style Friendsgiving-ish thing for the holidays, and they don't feel like they're left alone. So that's all I have for my updates.
Great, that's quite a bit of activity, thanks.
I know, I'm
Yeah,
thrilled
yeah.
how much you've got
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
calendar. That's
wow.
great.
Yeah. We did get, I don't know if we talked about it in the last meeting, but we have 217 surveys back.
more.
And yeah, it was
It was like 174.
yeah, so we have 217. I did just get one yesterday too. So,
So it's
they're
not
still kind of
closed-
coming
it's not
in.
closed then.
So I had somebody that was supposed to tabulate, and I'm having trouble getting a hold of them.
Okay.
So I started doing it myself. So it's taking a little bit longer as I'm trying to
But we
get
can't
that
submit
done.
anymore, right? The reason I'm asking is a couple people in my community I forgot to notice.
Yeah. I mean, if they can get it in, I would say I'll give another week if they can get it
Okay,
in
I will do that, yeah.
by
Okay.
September 1st. How's that?
Okay, good, thank you.
And then I'll probably just close it at that point.
See.
Maybe make an additional
Okay.
PowerPoint or graphs or something
All
for
right,
the ones that come in
awesome.
after that. But yeah, so the top things that people wanted, number one was field trips. So
Wow.
hopefully this first one goes well, and then we can get more planned. And then it was coffee club, so they're looking for a place to sit and just kind of hang out. And I know 19 Carter does it, so I would do it opposite hours of them so we don't impede on their space. I need a volunteer though, that I'll need to find a volunteer that wants to be able to sit downstairs for certain hours, because I can't just sit down there and kind of wait for people to come in or not come in, or, you know, so if we have somebody that is willing to volunteer, and just kind of, you know, be the welcome person for the coffee club or, you know,
Prevent
something like that.
rowdiness, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That I think is, yeah, I mean, it was mostly the survey, most of the results were the fun stuff. You know, seniors aren't really looking for so much of the social services part. There were a few that came back, you know, wanting more information on SNAP or housing, but most of the answers were they want theater and they want music and field trips and stuff. So just trying to bring some crafting and new stuff in that
Good,
will
good.
get people to come.
The number that you surveyed, what percentage of the population
It was-
responded?
Yeah, so we sent out 1,200, so almost 20%. I would say it's probably like a 16-ish
pretty good.
percent. I was happy with it. I think there was one done before and there wasn't a large response, so
Any age categories? more
so I
frequent?
don't have the
Uh,
data for that yet. I just have the breakdown of the programs that they wanted so far. Haven't tabulated the back yet. So that is tomorrow. I have 3 meetings, so probably on
That's a good
Thursdays.
response. That's a good response.
Yeah, I was happy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, people took the time to answer.
That's the most important part right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. So
Which is also a bit of an indicator of interest.
Yes, precisely.
Which is good.
right.
Precisely.
Yeah, they're going to be looking for things that they answered
Right.
to start happening, and so
Yeah.
we're trying to kind of weave it in with, you know, the felting and book swaps.
I
and
think your questionnaire was good
stuff.
though, because it was simple enough that do you want this
Just
and
the
this
check
and this and
boxes.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't really have to think about what they wanted. It was like, do you want this? No.
Yeah.
Don't check it. Yes, check it. So,
Not many mahjong players, huh?
there were a few.
Were there?
I want to say it didn't make the top 10.
Not surprising.
But there were a few. And that's an easier thing if we have somebody
Really
that
is.
wants
It really
to
is,
lead
yeah.
them. That's the thing, just finding volunteers. So I am in the process of creating a form specific to the Council on Aging volunteering. And then you guys will have to approve it, and then we'll have to get that approved as well, I believe. Tailored to us, you know, like if you're volunteering, do you want to help lead a group? Do you want to sit down there and volunteer during
Yeah.
a coffee club? Are you
Yeah.
good with filing? You know, right now it's just the town one and just checks off which organization you want to. And I haven't been able to find one that we've already done that has specific to us. So, yeah. Anybody? No?
I'm just
No?
impressed with what you're doing.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Glad to see so many
Good
new,
work, Melissa. Very good.
new programs and
Yeah.
offerings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Excellent. Good
I
job.
will have to find a new caterer too, but that ate a lot of our budget, to be honest, and so that's not a priority in my
I mean,
mind.
I think now that you have so many other ideas,
Yeah.
I mean, I think, I don't know what all of you
We could
think,
do it
that
like
it
a-
could be in the background for a little while.
Yeah.
Because really, it was all we did before, right,
Oh, really?
virtually.
Yeah.
And now there's so many other things that would, I think, better meet our mission.
Of getting people out. Yeah. I mean, I think that's what it's the socialization, you know, it's not just giving them a meal and going.
Right.
During COVID, that was great.
Sure.
You know, it gave them those meals, but, you know, now we want people out and talking
Wow.
and being back in the groups and doing new stuff, so.
So they have not, these are new services for them, basically.
Yeah.
I'm even more impressed. That's not easy to do. Wow, wow.
So we could do seasonal meals though.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, which is, you know, like I said, November, you know, that might be an option of a grab and go or a stay, you know, but if we host it somewhere where they're already and they just kind of come from their apartment or across the parking lot, I just feel like that's better than having them have to come here to get the
Totally
meals.
agree. I totally
They may
agree.
be able to even just
I
sit in the
sort of-
community room and have the meals.
Yeah,
I think it ran its course.
Yeah, that's
So
how I
it's
feel,
not
and I
during
wasn't here
COVID.
when it was initiated, and I'm sure there was a very good reason to initiate it, but I'm not sure we're even we're meeting the needs of the audience that we're trying to reach, you know? I think it was a free meal, but is it necessarily, was it a free meal for the people who we're worried about?
Right, right.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'd rather those resources go into, let's do Thanksgiving lunch the day before Thanksgiving at Northbrook for people who aren't going to have a Thanksgiving dinner, things like that, again, meet the population's needs a little better.
For socialization, it could be a grab and stay instead of a grab and go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did offer that
Right,
the last
right.
grab and go that we did. I did offer to stay and eat, and nobody stayed. So when they called to reserve it, I said, "Are you gonna take it to go, or are you gonna stay?" And everybody said, "No, we'll grab it, or we'll have it delivered." So
And the ones I delivered to, I'm glad, I'm not sure they could have made it in.
right, yeah, yep. And so that's
There's
some of them.
that,
That's
too.
why they
Right, right.
we have the delivery.
But
so.
maybe when the van's up and running, there could be greater opportunity.
And
Pick
the
'em up.
downstairs is done, it'll make it a little more
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
And I see that's good, that's coming up on the agenda here. So the next item would be van operations update.
Well, that's me again. So we are in second round interviews right now. We hope to have an answer or an offer out next week.
How
There will
many
be.
applicants?
We had 8 applicants.
Wow.
Wow, that's awesome.
We got it down to 2.
What is, when you say you got it down to 2, is that people backing out because they just had to have?
No, a little bit of both. Just looking at their qualifications and determining
Yeah,
if they would be a good fit. And we did do first round interviews that some we didn't feel would be a good fit, and so now we're trying to do the second round of the people that we are really down to that we feel would be good personality wise and knowing the van life, I
well, we're not
guess.
trying to choose between 2 people, are we? Because it'd be, I would think it'd be much more advantageous to have 2 people or more.
Well, we would need one
available
as a
drivers.
backup.
Yeah,
Yeah. So one has to be okay with being a per diem driver. And
Yeah,
that's been the
and
problem.
not get paid
yeah.
unless they work.
Unless
Right. Understood,
they do it.
understood.
So
but
These
as
are
the
both
van
people
use
looking
gets-
for a job.
as the van use builds up, you're gonna want people who are available to
Yeah.
run the van for 5 or
Absolutely,
6 days a week
Yeah.
instead of
Sure.
2 days a week or 3 days a week.
well, it's 4, and we're not running it on Fridays because nobody is here on Fridays right now, and
But
so
the
they have
van
nobody.
driver could be.
Well,
Who do
then
they
there's no
report
one
to?
to call if there's a problem.
Sounds like.
So
we gotta work-
they
we have to
report
work.
to me.
Didn't we
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
okay these hours?
They,
Yeah, we
yes,
did.
Yeah.
yes, it was
Reinventing the
already.
wheel a bit.
Yeah,
I think we can
Um,
revisit when we get busy.
Yeah.
yeah. If there's a need for it, then I would be able to adjust my hours, and we'd have to go to personnel, and we'd have to get all that changed.
Woo-hoo, there's
Um,
another 2 months gone.
And that would be if there's a need for it.
Right.
But I feel like if you offer it on a Thursday and they get into the schedule knowing that they go get groceries on Thursday and then they could go on a Monday, they're not gonna, the only thing would be doctor's appointments, if they really can't
Yeah.
schedule any other time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we already, the job was posted Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 to 2. So, and we have somebody doing a volunteer
Okay,
shift
so
on a
that's
Monday.
good for a beginning, but I really would like to see transportation available 5 days or 6 days a week
I think it's a
somehow.
transition though, Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We-
understood,
We have to
understood.
prove
I'm saying,
that
let's
we
start
are- that
off-
there's a
have the
need.
need,
Yeah.
and then
But
we
you're
get
right.
the
You're right. That's
additional
the ideal
hours
position.
approved,
Yep.
and then,
Right.
Exactly.
yeah.
And we have to build the trust with the people in town
That's
who
the
can
biggest
say, I know I can rely on this.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's really been our barrier, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to start it out this way, build it
That's
up.
very smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that, we do have documents, which is another thing that, we need to make sure that we are providing accurate information to people and how we want to do it. So I did send it to everybody via email. I sent the current policy, that was most recently approved in 2019. And then we had our liaison kind of run it and look at it and gave us some suggestions that I also sent to you guys.
This was a lot of stuff.
It was a lot of stuff, which is why I sent it to you 3 weeks ago, so
I
you had
know.
time to look at it.
I'm looking through this thinking, thank God I'm retired.
Yeah.
I could do this every day.
Some of it is Personally, I like the
yeah, I do
second
so.
version of it, the one that was done by Lisa, to help us out because it does get just cluttered
Mhm.
and it's just a bunch of
Yeah.
items. This at least kind of, I'm looking at van driver, sorry, the driver policies and procedures.
Yeah.
It breaks it out into what's the pre-trip, what's the vehicle appearance, instead of just a bullet point of things that they would do. It kind of gives them more
Yeah.
of a separation of what to expect in each kind of category.
Very good.
That's mine, but I need
I
to
like that
have
one
you
too.
guys, you need to take a vote on it, and then what we need to do is, if it's approved, to change it to this one, or any changes, then we have to bring it to the select board to have approval as well. So there's quite a few that you guys are looking at today to approve or not approve, but
Yeah.
if there's any changes that
Yeah,
you
I
guys
like this
see,
version.
This is way
Yeah.
more digestible.
easier, yeah.
There's one question I had, it was more a clarification question. If they don't live in Berlin, but they live in a senior center, they're eligible for van services. They're not.
It is Berlin residents, and you cannot live in like long-term housing, or we can bring you to go see your wife,
Right.
for example, because you are a Berlin resident, but we can't take your wife
But
anywhere.
if I'm a resident that has moved to another place.
No.
I'm, okay, great.
Yeah.
Because
No,
you're no
you're
longer a
You're
resident.
no longer a resident.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
that's where I was confused a little bit. more.
Yep, yep,
Okay.
it is Berlin
Alright, good.
residents only.
Okay, okay.
So, this is you guys, I don't know, taking a look and making sure that you,
Any questions?
Anything we should be concerned about?
don't think so?
Okay, well, there you go.
It's just, it's business as
We'll
usual.
go with that.
Just carry on. Does anybody have any questions or concerns with the form itself, or
No, no,
missing anything? Okay, so then,
very thorough, thank you.
Bob, that is your, you guys need to vote whether it's the new
Do
form or
do we
not.
want the new form?
Does anybody need more time to look at anything? Because otherwise I'll put it up for, but I don't want to rush a vote if
Understand.
you just need a minute to skim through.
You move?
You ready for? Okay. I make a motion to approve the updated Berlin COA van transportation driver policies and procedures drafted by, I need to say that, Lisa Wysocki, 2025.
I second.
Second.
All those in favor, Linda Robinson,
Aye.
Kate Bliss,
Aye.
Lori Fairby,
Aye.
John Barrett,
Aye.
Bob Blair, aye. Karen's not in yet, right?
No,
Okay.
but that
Still
should
have
be,
quorum.
you have quorum, so.
All right. It's approved.
The dates will be
Excellent.
switched on the back, right?
Yep, we'll have to update to 8/26/25, and then it'll go to the select board and have to do their, when they approve it.
So with all of the aforementioned having been said, what do we see as a time for the rubber to hit the road on the van?
I don't know, because we have to have all of these ducks in a row.
Yeah?
So if we don't get on the select board until their second meeting of the month, we're looking at September before we can get these things finalized. Like, we can't just start the van without having all of this
Right.
stuff.
Right.
Which was, select board member Stone's concerns, you know, that's, if you don't have all of this laid out, what are we doing? We're pushing
Right.
something out
Right.
that we don't have everything written down and documented, how we want to actually run it.
Yep.
So with that said, now it is the van policies and procedures. This is the old one. There was 8 pages of stuff.
Font 20.
Yeah. That I updated the way that we already saw the need to be updated that we discussed previously.
Yeah.
But again, we did get a nice version of it from Lisa. So this was included in that packet that I emailed, so hopefully that was reviewed as well. Again, it just cleans it up. I think it makes it easier to understand. You know, it's not just across, like you said, 9 pages of 20 font. And
That might
this,
have been an
this,
exaggeration, but.
It's close.
It's close. I think it, yeah, might
I
be
think it's close.
16. But, yeah. So this will need a vote as well. Same going, once it's approved or
Okay. I'll
changes
make
are
a mo-
approved, then it'll go back
motion
to.
to accept the revised by Lisa Wysocki, the Berlin COA van policy and procedures.
Do we hear a second?
Second?
All in favor? Linda Robinson,
Aye.
Kate Bliss,
Aye.
Laurie Fairby,
Aye.
John Barrett,
Aye.
Bob Blair, aye.
And the last one that we.
And we know for
do-
sure we'll have one favorable vote on the Board of Selectmen, the Select Board.
The last thing that we did, and I didn't bring in the other one, it's the vehicle, the pre-inspection. Again, instead of, do you have one in there? It was kind of just lines and check marks, and it didn't really
thought I
give
had it.
us an organized, so this, let me pass this one around.
Maybe I tucked it in with another one.
No, I don't have
I thought I had brought it, but I didn't put it in here.
anything else. but
I don't think it was in that last email. And do we have to approve this as well?
Well, there goes 1
I
hour
believe so,
of
because it's
drivers
different than the
Yeah,
original.
at least.
each
At
day.
least, yeah.
Yeah,
So
So we
crazy.
know he's gonna get paid
There's
for 1
gotta
hour's
be
work.
another
Well,
way,
Beginning and ending, 2 hours
other
actually.
than just checks.
Yeah.
You know, $3 checks, $3 checks.
I know.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's kinda cumbersome.
So-
And checks aren't cheap.
No,
This
if we
was the
could have
old
a
one.
Venmo account.
Yeah.
Or the one that
It's
was
about
previously
if we can.
being used. And that was Lisa.
Wow.
I agree.
Yeah.
It cleaned it up a lot, and we kind of changed. There's a box to write any cares and concerns. That's what the old one was. So you guys can see
Can
it.
we have a Venmo account for the donations? Will the,
That face.
is that
I
no?
don't think
The
so.
town doesn't have a Venmo, huh?
June would be very, very stressed by that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
June's
Checks
blood
are a
pressure is
problem,
rising
so
right
that's
now.
why we.
No, she's
Unknown
very
reasons.
over there.
Yeah. No Venmo.
Who
Never
said
Venmo.
that?
Dangerous area.
So that people can put their cash in there?
So that's where it becomes like, technically, we're not supposed to take any money, cash. So I guess we'll have to
I think
ask
you
that.
also put the driver in a bad position. Unless the lockbox were somehow permanently attached to the van or something, you know, the
Right.
driver is gonna be the person that's blamed,
Yep. Yep,
and
that's
you
right.
don't want that
That's
to
right.
happen,
Yeah,
so.
that's a good point. Yeah.
I mean, I would have the
Check
key,
in
but
today and see if there's a way, because we do have some online paymenting. It's not my favorite thing in the world. but
Yeah.
Maybe check and see if there's an option for you. to
Okay.
pay.
Just seems like seniors be wanting to have a few dollars on them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I was just saying, you know, checks are not inexpensive, and you're writing a check for $3, you know, it's like,
We talked about that. too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it
Wow,
even worth
wow.
it when
Right.
you're taking
and then
Right.
are
Or
we
do
not
we
gonna get a
process all of those
donation
$3
because
checks
it's
that
a
are-
check, yeah,
cumbersome?
we just won't get it.
do
Right.
we potentially, if I know who's riding, do we do a monthly invoice as a suggested? You took the, you know,
How about
you
we
had
just-
the following rides, please
Consider.
consider donation of.
Transportation authorities in the state have been, at least Worcester, is fare-free. The
Yeah.
whole city, all of their buses, all fare-free.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should be fare-free. In other words, do you
Well,
spend
we
more,
are.
do you
It's
spend more
just-
personnel time
The suggested donation.
collecting,
Yeah.
summing up and recording and all this other stuff than you actually, you know, $3 a ride.
And I think, I agree with you in the concept, but how you do that strategically so you're not increasing expenses is where the conversation is. And that would be my only concern, if we're not gonna ask them, where would we draw that revenue from? Because there's not a lot of places in the town you can do that.
Right.
effective.
Yeah, and our
That's the
budget,
risk, Bob.
our budget is small.
Right,
And
right,
up
right.
until now, you know, there wasn't a broad offering of opportunities.
Right.
But now
Right.
we have Melissa, and there
Yeah.
will be a broad opportunity to get involved. That's going to strain our little teeny budget.
Mhm.
And that is possible, so one of our tax work off people will not have this part anymore because I will be doing the scheduling. So maybe that portion, the invoice portion, if that's what we can do, would go to that person instead of all the scheduling.
Mm.
And still, she gets her hours, and it doesn't take from me doing it, but it's easy. It's just a report. So again, I'll go back to my senior center. All the rides are in there. You just
Yeah.
print them and say you had 2 rides. This was your schedule.
Yeah.
And it'd be a form letter. I mean, I don't think it's going to be.
Mm.
A big
I
strain.
hope that it becomes that there's a lot of people taking the van, but to start, I think it would be an acceptable way to do it to start.
Mhm.
Same, we did grab and goes, and people didn't donate for that either. So donations are donations. It's
Right.
nothing to count on. It's we can't say we had 42 rides. We should have however many dollars.
So how do they get those donations to us?
They were mailing them in
Oh.
via check.
Yeah.
And then I think there was a couple people that would have somebody bring it and put it in the Council on Aging box
Interesting.
for Victoria previously.
We did have people handing over envelopes at Grab and Go.
Yeah.
Things
Yeah.
that we would then stick in Victoria's box
Right.
at the end of the
Mhm.
night.
Whether or not we should be doing that
Right,
going
yeah.
forward is probably a question, but
Yeah,
Are we,
they bring me like
are we
the
considered trustworthy to take those envelopes and pass them without taking
Well,
money out of them?
There were times when there were a handful of meals left, people coming to get them, and I was the only person here.
right.
So it's like.
You had no choice.
know,
That's if they gave you a
just put it
donation.
in there
Yeah.
and-
I've been wondering what
But
happened to
yes,
those meals.
in light of reviewing
No.
all of these, it's like, oh, we
Yeah.
talked about this being an issue and how it
Mhm.
had been
Yeah.
an issue at
Right,
the Grab and Go.
so what's the consensus? Fee, no fee, lockbox?
Do we start fee free to run it, and then while we? Is this a question? I don't know if we can ask you
I
this
get
right
the
now.
question-
Would this
I
be?
thought it was
I
just a
would say you
suggested.
probably need to put this on the agenda as an agenda item.
Okay.
Before you have a discussion and make a
Okay.
decision.
Maybe it
Just
doesn't.
because I
comments?
don't feel like you probably did that, and this is
Yeah.
kind of Robert's. And that gives you time to think about it too, and what
Yeah.
what everybody wants.
Okay.
Yeah, and the concern I would have, if you start, and trying to be fair, if you start with no fee and you add a fee, that's a significant behavior change. And it could affect how people access their service.
Well, we currently don't have a fee,
there's a donation.
It's a
though.
donation.
but it's just a
Okay,
suggestion,
okay.
which is not a fee.
Okay, so maybe maintain that over time. I'm just concerned about financial
Yeah,
predicament.
yeah, no, I
ourselves in.
understand. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
we're not actually making a change, we're just
Okay.
chatting about how
Okay.
a check could be cumbersome. That's how all that started.
But, we can put it on the agenda for the next meeting and then come to the
Mhm.
table with sort of what our thoughts are, and at that point, it'll be time.
Yeah, because maybe it's something that they could do like once a month or every 6 months make a donation or something, so
Mhm.
it's not so bad.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're not writing a $3 check every week.
Every
Right.
time you go, yeah.
Right, right.
I do have a question
Add
on
that.
the other side, appendix. Is this a one-time thing that they sign, it goes in the system, or do they have to sign this every time?
No, it'd be their one. It was their agreement up front that they would sign. Let me see
So
back.
just do it once?
Yeah. Yep. It's just their rules that they know that it's 15 minutes,
Okay.
48 hours, and then it stays on file.
And we have to approve these appendices.
Is that not? Does it all get separate?
It was, it
'Cause
was
it's all-
separate, yeah.
When in doubt, just have.
Approve it.
Okay. If you guys like to vote on the appendices as well.
I make a
Absolutely.
motion for us to approve the Berlin COA van service appendices Appendix A donation form and Appendix B rider agreement.
Second.
All those in favor? Bob Blair, aye. John Barrett,
Aye.
Laurie Fairbank,
Aye.
Kate Bliss,
Aye.
Linda Robinson,
Aye.
unanimous. And the fair collection or non-collection is something we need to have on a future COA board meeting agenda? Does that hold up the van operation?
No, we could do a special meeting for just that. So. If that's all
Right,
that we
because I
need to.
really hope we don't have any more delays. This is getting a little kooky. January 1st to September 1st. Okay, is that everything on van operations? Anybody wants to discuss? Anybody have anything additional? Okay, number 4 item is COA space upgrades, painting, decor, furniture.
So that is, there is some furniture downstairs. We do have artwork coming, which is, like I said, different colors than what we originally picked for paint. So we're gonna have to pick a new color, but I don't have the art here, so it looks different on my phone than it would in person. But we do have a plan to make the back corner where it's blocked off right now, to make that like a coffee sitting area. And then I could set up the tables that we just bought as we need them for games or puzzles or crafting or whatever we need. But we are trying to create a more homey, welcoming space, which is one thing I actually really like about 19 Carter, is it feels
Yeah, it
comfortable
really does,
and
yeah.
warm and welcoming.
Yeah.
So that is, you know, again, we also don't have a maintenance person right now, who would be the one that has to do the painting. We cannot do it ourselves. We cannot volunteer it out. We cannot do a senior tax work off for that. So it would have to be,
All of us?
yeah.
Really? We can't do it ourselves?
Nope.
That's because of liability? Oh, my God.
Yeah, so it goes with the maintenance gentleman was supposed to do it. He went to like the outside part, the highway department, and then we had somebody new, and he resigned last month, and I think they're still trying to find somebody for that position. So where we get, you know, we can't have senior tax work off positions because they're only minimum wage positions. So if they're going to get paid more on the outside, we can't pay them $15 for their taxes. And a volunteer, it's
Then there's liability.
yeah, they're up on a ladder and
Do
all
we
that
have a budget
stuff.
that we could hire someone to do it?
We could look into that. Yeah, if it's gonna go over, I think you have to go through like procurement and all that stuff to make sure it's not over a
They'd
budget.
have
I
to
can
be
start getting,
insured.
How do other spaces in the building get painted?
Probably they don't right now,
the maintenance gentleman
because there's
did
no
it.
one to do it.
My office was painted by Ken.
Okay, is there a maintenance
So.
person in the wings who's about to come tromp it in?
We're in the
I don't
process
know
of
that-
hiring the replacement for the one
Yeah.
who resigned.
So,
Okay,
so we're kind of, I have things ready, but I can't do one step unless we do, you know, so, I will confirm with Dee on when the art will be here. It
This is the art
might
from the
be
hotel.
somewhere, yeah. It's like blues and yellows, and it's like more abstract art. It's not like a picture of a bird or anything. But yeah, so it's from the hotel. I just don't know if we've received all of it yet and where it is. All of like these chairs are
Are
all
we
new.
compelled to take that?
We didn't have to. I liked it for this space. But I mean, we can certainly, you know, when you see it, if you don't like it,
Yeah.
I guess you could, you know, change it. But yeah, other than that, we didn't have anything really else. When it was like, hey, we have paintings for you guys to fill your space, I was like, okay, let's start there. Otherwise, it was a paint color with nothing. So we were like, well, do we match the art, or do we just paint walls and hope we can find stuff to match that.
Are the chairs like these chairs? Is that what I saw in the hallway?
There are, in the COA space, there are there are 4 chairs like those. But I have to confirm if that is the stuff that is actually staying in the COA space, or if it is just a holding place until they get it to where it goes.
Right.
Because I think they were trying to figure out where else, like, this is new, those are new, so.
What's a desirable type of chair for that space? Because you move things around to accommodate yoga and Tai
But
Chi.
that's what I'm saying. So in the back corner, that's already blocked off by
Yeah, you're talking a coffee area.
that is gonna be where the comfortable chairs and stuff and the tables are set up and they stay.
Mhm.
Because that space is already taken and they don't use it now.
Mhm.
So everything forward, so we wouldn't be moving chairs all the time, we wouldn't be doing all of that.
You want to be a little comfortable about,
The
careful.
chairs that we have now are these downstairs.
Yeah, and having upholstered furniture like that
Yes, that
is
is-
not suggested.
Mm-hmm. That's valid. It's hard to clean.
Yeah, and you're gonna have incontinence at some point, so we wanna be careful what
So,
we choose.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's furniture that is good for people who could be incontinent is not necessarily the most comfortable
Comfortable.
furniture,
Yeah.
but you also don't want urine-soaked chairs down there, so.
Mm-hmm.
So some nice steel or plastic chairs would be good.
Well, you know, you can
Make
get
for
something
short
that's sort
meetings.
of like a
padded,
naugahyde
it's
and
not-
padded, but
Yeah.
yeah, something like that will.
Or easier to clean, not, yeah.
Interesting. Huh.
Concrete's cheap. Anyway, is that about it on space?
Yes, that's all I have.
Okay. Berlin Affordable Housing Trust discussion of former Legion Hall.
So where would you like us?
Wherever you'd like to be.
If you want to stand on the end
Bring your
there.
portable chairs over
And you can be
here.
on camera, if I can stand over here and wave my hands and talk at y'all?
You
Is
can.
that
I'll let them
work?
provide you with a chair.
It's like, oh.
And then you do whatever you want.
Alright, so I'm Beth Storrs, and Jennifer Pike and I are here representing the Berlin Affordable Housing Trust. How many of you all were at town meeting and made it all the way to the end? Wow.
Just shy of
So
the end.
just shy of the end, right? So, for those of you all who were there, you know, one of the final items on the warrant was a request to transfer the old Legion Hall, or the old West School, to the Housing Trust for the development of a deed-restricted affordable house. And that failed. We needed a 2/3 majority. We got 57%. We needed 67%. Considering how late in the evening that
Yeah.
came up, and the tenor of the comments from the very few people who got to speak before the question was called, the Housing Trust is actually pretty pleased that majority of the folks who were there supported us, even though we were short the number we needed. The Housing Trust continues to believe that an affordable housing build is the ideal disposition of this property. It allows us to preserve a historical structure, it fills a documented housing need, it removes a town liability, and it adds a property to the tax rolls. Like a win, 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 right?
Who would actually own the house?
So the idea would be that currently the town owns that property.
Yeah.
We've asked the select board, the warrant article asked the select board to transfer it to the housing trust, and then we would do then a request for proposals to find a nonprofit developer, somebody like Habitat for Humanity,
Yeah.
who would manage the affordable build on that, and then it would be sold or transferred to the people as part of their process who meets the affordability requirements. And if it were a Habitat build, met the work requirements and all of those things. So then the home would be owned by those folks,
By the occupants.
by the occupants. Yeah.
Sounds great.
That's the plan. And so.
Not everyone thought it was great.
So-
I
Beth,
did, but
what home are we talking about?
So this is the property is on Lincoln Street. Right sort of between like West Street and Route 62. There's this teeny tiny little cutoff over like Five Corners
Right.
area.
It's before you get to the restaurant.
Yeah.
Right.
On your left.
So it's the structure itself is about 1,200 square feet. So a lovely sort of starter home size. The goal is to preserve the envelope, the historic envelope, the roof line, and the footprint of the building is what we would want to cover in the historic deed restriction. So it would both have, ultimately, the goal would be to have both the affordable 40B deed restriction as well as the historic deed restriction on that property. So we are coming specifically to you all, because this is super interesting and cool and we thought you might be interested, but also the first thing that came up at town meeting was people who were declaring that this should be turned into the senior center, this property. So we wanted to touch base with you guys and see what your thoughts were on that, and if you have the $250,000 needed to remediate the property.
Lovely idea. Will it be free?
That's the sticking point. Right?
That's a little, we didn't really have time to really get into those details at town meeting. But you all, I feel like, would be the arbiters of that.
We don't own it, we won't own it. It's gonna be a municipal,
It would be a town building.
Yeah, town,
puts it up for sale.
Yeah.
So do we endorse the idea?
How much property is with it?
It's
Does it have
less,
much?
it's about 0.47 acres, so it is a non-conforming
Yeah,
lot.
So it's less than half, enough room for parking and such?
Yeah.
2 cars, 3.
That's not a lot of parking.
It's not a huge footprint.
Yeah, parking would be
It's
a
probably
problem
all
over
the
there.
front yard,
Yeah.
largely the front
Yeah.
yard.
So you basically have asphalt from the street up to the foundation of the house, and that's where all the guys. No, terrible.
I like the fact, I like the idea, the concept of it. The question is, how doable is it?
And is there water
Yeah.
enough for a building that would be a senior center, given that seniors drink so much water?
Well, so there,
I also really wanna stress over here, talking as a select board member, it is 1,200 square feet.
Right.
Much of which is not usable
Yeah.
because it's a really bad kitchen, there's not
Mhm.
nothing is ADA compliant right now.
It would need a lot of rework.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not big enough for a senior center. It would not give you the things that you need for a senior center. You'd be patching and putting all of this money into a building that would, at the end of the day,
Not
not
meet the
suit
needs.
your needs.
We
I-
could
I-
outgrow
Parking
it very
alone
quickly.
says me
Yeah,
depot.
I sort of feel like too, much like the van proposition. I agree with the van that at some point it would be wonderful to have 6 days a week, and I think people deserve that. But we can't make an argument for that right now. And I'm not sure we can make an argument for a 1,200 square foot building that is going to cost the town a lot of money. Melissa's off to great guns to get things going, but the room we have downstairs will really, at this point, accommodate everything that we need to do.
Yeah.
I was very disappointed that did not go through for affordable housing, because I really thought what a wonderful everything about it. I want a senior center for Berlin, but I'm not sure that it's the right space, and that we can, I don't want to be the one to stand up in town meeting and say, here's my argument for why the town should give us all this money to redo this building.
Not the right space.
I'm not
the
a
right
Berlin
time.
resident, but my job is the director, and I would have a hard time defending a senior center at this point. We don't have the numbers in people
That would be my
attending
concern.
events.
Yeah,
We don't
that would
have the
be, yeah.
numbers yet in
Yeah.
the use of space other than ours and 2 other locations. I think that would be a harder sell
Yes.
than the housing trust and
Yeah,
working
Agree.
on that. However, we could help in that way.
And I think probably at town meeting that there's a certain naivete that people say, it should just be a senior center.
Yeah.
You're giving away our space and we have nowhere to go. But, you know, then there's a lot of reality behind it.
I love it. the
I think
idea
it's a
for
great idea,
Affordable
but-
housing.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Me
yeah,
too, but there
agree.
weren't
Like-
votes. I was very
But
sad.
demand isn't there yet for this, I don't think. That would be my concern, what Melissa said. I like the idea, but where's the demand for this?
I think if you
And
build
use
it, they
of it.
will come.
You think so?
Yeah.
But I think we
But
have
you-
to
but you
start with a
need-
basis of
Yeah.
now
You need
Melissa
parking.
has,
Yeah.
you know,
Okay,
50
okay.
people who come to things regularly. Okay,
Yeah.
now
We
let's
have to
talk
make our
Okay,
about
gotta
where
coordinate.
can
When
we
we
go.
actually have a
Yeah.
case.
Yeah.
Right, do you?
And I think that
I
goes
agree.
back to the
Concern is by the
data
time
and-
the COA has a case,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to knock the building down.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So at least now it's something that you can work
Right.
with and.
Yeah.
Easy.
And I'm also not sure, we probably get to shoot our shot once, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's what we want to beg for, is that building, you know? I feel like if we're gonna be begging, selling our soul, we wanna beg for something that suits our needs a little bit more.
And also build the credibility of the services at the same time.
Exactly,
Yeah, that's a big one,
exactly,
yeah.
yeah. I don't think we have a lot of credibility
agree.
right now
I
to
agree.
say, and, you know, this town should give us a whole building.
Yeah.
Again, as the director, I agree, I'm not a Berlin resident, but it's,
So
these
you
are
wanna
things
make
that
a-
I've had to, you know, everybody wants data and they wanna see data, and we don't have that data
Exactly,
to,
exactly.
to
I think
fight
we
a fight
will.
for this senior center at this time.
Entertain a motion to support the Housing Trust in its,
I already supported it, I voted for it.
that was the town meeting.
But I don't think we get to vote whether it should be used for affordable housing.
we
just
vote-
vote that we don't
We
feel we're
endorse the
appropriate.
concept.
We're gonna pass over the opportunity to fight them for it.
As a committee, we
Yes,
vote to
pass
support this idea for the building.
In exactly the same way the finance committee will have a vote
I
for
would
this
All right.
kind of thing.
All right.
Entertain a motion?
entertain a motion to support the use as affordable housing and not a senior center.
That's very entertaining. Okay,
I second.
second. All those in favor, Linda Robinson,
Aye.
Kate Bliss,
Aye.
Lori Fairby, John Barrett,
Aye.
Bob Blair, aye. Unanimous.
Thanks, Beth.
Thank you
Thank
all.
you.
We really appreciate you taking the
Appreciate
time
it.
to talk
Thank you
with
for
us about
thinking of
this.
us.
Appreciate the work you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, and we
good work.
appreciate the work you're doing, and hopefully when you guys are, you know, ready for a senior center, we look forward, you know, to figuring out.
That would be
how we
great.
can be helpful.
And we know where to find you.
But I'm gonna tell Judy, you promised she's gonna be.
Okay, other businesses may be appropriate. Anybody have appropriate other business? Yes, ma'am.
Another board member, have we advertised for
Huh.
that yet?
Good point. No.
That goes through HR, that will be Dee. Let me see where she's at with the vacancy.
Is Karen with us? Oh, wait, maybe. Does that say join? Promote?
I don't, usually she shows up
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I don't think she's
Yeah.
logged in.
I was trying to read it.
Karen O'Karen, are you in the wings?
She
I hear
did have
nothing.
somebody that expressed interest, but I don't know if that person
Okay.
changed.
Yeah,
their
I mean,
mind.
yeah, we'll have Dee, will have to,
So this all goes through the town administrator and the personnel committee and all of this stuff. Okay.
and then they'd have to be appointed by the select board.
The personnel committee doesn't actually have anything to do with.
No, it's just select board and,
It's just
yeah.
select board.
Mm.
But whoever you get needs to fill out an application and get it to Dee. So if you have somebody of interest, have them fill out the application and get it to Dee.
Okay, so it's going to be, are you dealing with that, Melissa, putting out some request for,
I think HR
Applicants?
has to do it, right? Or I can,
For a committee member?
yeah, no, I can do it.
No, nothing to do with
okay.
HR, nothing to do with personnel, this is simply a select board appointment. So if you have somebody of interest, they fill out an application, which can be found online
Yeah.
at the Town website. They get it to Dee, it comes in front of, or she's
Yeah,
gonna
so
send
it
it back over, so
goes-
you all can meet and decide that you wanna recommend them to the select board. Then the select board will appoint them at that level.
So could
Sure,
D-
I'll throw it out there.
could D put
It'll
it
go
on
to D,
Facebook?
that's what we were told, that everything was supposed to go through D for,
Okay, so is
So
D
I'll
gonna
double
handle
check.
the,
Oh,
all of the
absolutely.
I'll
different?
double check, yeah,
It all ends up at D.
at her, but, yeah,
Okay.
okay. I'll see if I need to put it out there or if
Any other new
There
business?
are no personnel, 'cause
Any
they're
other
not
new
in the
business?
I have none.
No other new business? I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second?
All in favor? Linda?
Aye?
Kate?
Aye.
Lori?
Aye.
John?
Aye.
Bob? Aye.